Hi, my name is Nur Aina Shafika binti Syed Zainuddin. My student ID is 20220902019. So I will present about family tree. So Muhammad Ismail is a sales manager at Proton Sendirian Berhad and earning 76,000 annually. And his wife is Alia, who worked as accountant at Maxis Sendirian Berhad with annually salary of 66,000, and they have 5 children. So for the first one, the eldest one named Yusuf was born in 25 May in 2001 and married and studying at Queen Mary University of London. So Muhammad, who is his father, spent 2,000 on his education. And the second one is Hambali, was born in 28 July 2003, who is diploma student in hotel management at Bridgefield Asia College, and Muhammad spent 2,300 on maintenance. And the third one is Rukaya, was born in 3rd January 2005, was disabled and pursuing a bachelor accounting at UNITA, and Muhammad spent around 7,000 on equipment and 6,000 on maintenance. And the fourth, named Aisha, was born in 8 August 2007 and studying at matriculation at City University College, and Alia spent 2,500 on her education. And then the fifth one, the youngest one, who name is Wan, was born in 16 February 2011 and secondary school student, and Alia spent 1,300 on his maintenance. Both Muhammad Ismail and Alia contribute 11% of EPF, with Muhammad adding RM 200 to SOCSO and RM 380 voluntarily, and Alia paid RM 150 in zakat and RM 2,500 for life insurance premium.
Hi Miss, my name is Jaya Surya and I will be presenting about the joint assessment. First of all, the tax income of Muhammad Ismail is 76,000 and the tax income of Alia is 66,000, and the total income is 142,000. And for the relief, Muhammad Ismail can be claimed for personal relief 9,000, and for the child relief for Hana Bali 8,000. For Rukaya disabled is 6,000, and Rukaya studying is 8,000, and for Aisha and Wan both are 2,000, and for EPF he can claim 4,000, and SOCSO is 350, and for the life insurance premium and voluntary contribution to EPF 3,000, and basic supporting equipment for child is 6,000. And the total relief is 48,350, and the chargeable income is 93650, and the income tax payable for first 70,000 is 4,600, and next 23,650 will be times with 19%, and for it will be 44,493 and 0.5, and the income tax payable is 9093.5, and minus with zakat 150, and the total income tax payable will be 8943.5. So that amount will be paying by Muhammad Ismail for the joint assessment. And for the discussion part, the number one is explain the benefit of joint assessment, such as potential tax saving or benefit under Malaysian tax law. There are few benefits. Firstly, potential tax saving. By doing joint assessment, it's allow for the aggregation of income of husband and wife. If one suppose has lower income, combining their income may reduce the tax rate. Next, eligible for rebates. Under the Malaysian Income Tax Act 1967, a resident individual may qualify for personal rebate if their chargeable income is below a certain qualification which might be advantage for joint assessment. Number 2. Discuss any potential drawbacks or limitation for this method. First is loss of individual relief. The non-filing spouse cannot claim individual relief such as personal deduction and specific tax benefit like EPF contribution or life insurance. The next is limited applicability. Joint assessment is only benefit when one spouse has or no income. If both spouse earning, separate assessment might better tax outcome due to optimized deduction and progression tax. The third is reduction in autonomy in tax management. Combining income may lead to dispute and complication if there are disagreement or financial planning or resources allocation. Restriction on changes. Once joint assessment is allocated for the particular assessment year, it may be challenging to revert to separate assessment if circumstances changes. The third one will be reference relevant nation tax law or guideline that support joint assessment. There are several tax law and guidelines. First, Income Tax Act 1967. It has two types section which is section 45(2) for specific condition under which a husband and wife can election for joint assessment and section 46 for outline tax relief, including spousal relief that can be claimed under joint assessment. Schedule 1 also provides the progressive tax rate which from basic potential saving under joint assessment. Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri LHDN Guideline issues annual guideline on tax filing produce, including the election for joint and separate assessment, ensuring taxpayers under the implication. Public ruling and tax guide clarify the application of tax relief and rebate, aiding in decision making for the joint assessment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jianxin. I'm a student at 202207020014. This picture is showing the separate assessment to compute the income tax payable for year assessment 2024 for Muhammad Ismail and Alia. First is total income for the Muhammad Ismail is RM 76,000 and for Alia is RM 66,000. Then we have then they have the last with the relief. First is a personal relief with a fixed amount of 9,000 for both of them. Next is a child relief for the five child. Yusuf is incurred by Mama Ismail, but because she is and because he is married, so Mama Ismail cannot claim the child relief. The second child Hambali, he is above 18 years old and he is unmarried and still studying diploma in college. And he also incurred by Mama Israel. So Mama Israel can claim the fixed amount at 8,000 of child relief. Then for the third child, Rukaya, she is above 18 years old, disabled, and studying degree bachelor and incurred by Mama Israel. So Muhammad Ismail can claim the fixed amount 6,000 child relief for disabled and 8,000 child relief for the for the studying for the studying. For the fourth child is Aisha. Aisha is still studying diploma, but because she is under 18 years old and incurred by Mama Ismail. So Mama Ismail can only claim the fixed amount of 2,000 ringgit. For the last child, one is incurred by Alia and he is under 18 years old. So Alia can only claim the fixed amount of 2,000 ringgit. Next is the EPF. For Mama Ismail, his EPF, the total amount for his EPF is 8,360 ringgit, and for Alia is 7,260 ringgit. But according to the tax relief from the IBRM, if the maximum amount for of the relief for EPF is only 4,000, so here only show so they only can claim 4,000. And next is a social. Social for Muhammad Ismail and Alia is 200, and the maximum amount is 300. So we only record 200 at there. Next is a life insurance premium and voluntary contribution to EPF. For the voluntary contribution to EPF, have to record with the life insurance premium. So for Alia, her life insurance premium is only 2,500 plus with the 380 ringgit for the voluntary contribution to EPF. So the total is 2,880. And for Mama Ismail, he only got the voluntary contribution to EPF, so we only record 380. Next is a basic supporting equipment for child's use for the Rukaya and also included by Mama Ismail. And and it also have a maximum amount to claims is 6,000. So Mama Ismail can only claim 6,000 ringgit. After the total income less with the relief, the chargeable income for Mama Ismail is 3,000 to 33,420 ringgit, and for Alia is 47,920 ringgit. So next we can calculate for the income taxable. For for the first is the Mama Ismail. First 20 ring first 20,000 ringgit is 150, and the next 12,420 ringgit have to times with 3% and is 373 ringgit. So the total income tax payable for Mama Ismail is 523 ringgit. And for Alia, the first 35,000 is 600 ringgit, and the next 12,920 times with the 6% is 775 ringgit. So the income tax payable for Alia is 1,375 ringgit. Then we have to less with the rebate. For the zakat, Alia have the zakat for the amount of 150 ringgit. So after less with the rebate, for the net income tax payable for Alia is 1,225 ringgit. For the Muhammad Ismail, according to the rebate from the IBRM, if the taxpayer he or she the chargeable income is less than 35,000, they can claim the fixed amount of 400 rebate. So so after less with the rebate, the net income tax payable for Mama Ismail is. Next is the benefit of separate assessment. First is avoiding higher tax brackets to prevent combined incomes from falling into a higher tax bracket. Ensures lower income individuals retain lower tax rates. If if one of them is a higher income and the post the spouse is low income, when they combine together, they may go into a higher tax. That means they will be taxed more. So if they take separate assessment, they can take the less. So the spouse with the lower income can be taxed at the lower rates. So they don't need to pay more more tax. And the second is maximizing deductions. Taxable can claim the full amount of the personal relief and rebates. Like for example, for the EPF, each post can claim up to 4,000 separately. If they join together, that means 4,000 for the husband and another 4,000 for the wife. And if they combine together, they only can claim 4,000. Next is the potential drawbacks or limitations of this method. The limitation of separate assessment is loss of spouse relief. Under joint assessment, a spouse relief amount of 4,000 can be claimed if the other spouse elects for joint assessment or has no income. So if they choose to separate assessment, they cannot claim this relief and may result in a higher tax liability. So the last is the references to Malaysian tax laws and guidelines supporting separate assessment. According to the Public Rulings Number 5, 2022, Tax Individual Part 2, Computation of Total Income and Chargeable Income, Paragraph 12.1, the married couples are taxed as separate individuals. Each spouse is responsible for computing their own tax, claiming personal reliefs and rebates, and paying their respective tax liabilities. And next, for the Section 45, one of the Income Tax Act 1967 defines that chargeable income as total income minus any allowable deduction for the relevant assessment year. So if if we have if we want to compute the tax payable, to we have to use the chargeable income, and how we get the chargeable income is the total income minus with any relief, and we will get chargeable income, and we will get the tax payable. And if you have any rebates, minus with any rebates, and we will get the final tax payable we have to pay. So that's it for the separate assessment. Thank you.
My name is Olivia Ongwane and my student ID is 202-309-010 and 40. And for the comparison of the assessment, for joint assessment, Muhammad Ismail and Alia total income of 142,000 is subject to tax relief amounting to 48,350. And this result is chargeable income of 92,650 with a calculated income of tax payable of 8,943. And for the separate assessment, Muhammad Ismail has a chargeable income of 32,420, resulting in a tax payable of 523 after rebates, while Alia chargeable income of 47,920 leads to a tax liability of 1,225. Their total tax payable under separate assessment amount to 1,748. The separate assessment method is result in a lower tax liability compared to the joint assessment, and based on the calculation, separate assessment methods is more tax efficient for Muhammad Ismail and Alia. And for the summary and recommendation, the computation of income tax for Muhammad Ismail family reveals a critical insight into their financial and tax obligations. Its combined tax income of 142,000, then adjust to various tax relief and deduction, resulting in chargeable income of 93,650. This deduction includes standard personal relief, contribution to EPF and CSO, and child-related relief, especially for Rukaya, who is both disabled and pursuing her studies. And to increase the family tax positions, several strategies could be used, such as maximizing child-related relief, increasing zakat contributions, and engaging a professional tax consultant.